This is the Windows channel, and welcome to the tech news for Monday, October the 12th, 2015. Today in the news, we have the first bit of news: Dell and EMC that have been joining forces. Dell bought EMC for $69 billion. That's kind of a lot of money. And EMC is that company that has VMware and Pivotal or Pivotal. I don't know how you pronounce it. It has cloud storage solutions and so on. So it's official. Dell buying EMC, which is an interesting makes for an interesting Dell company that will be much bigger, have probably more diverse things to do. One of the biggest problems about Dell was probably the fact that it was mostly a PC market type computer and computer company, and now at least they understand that selling PCs is not the only thing if they want to continue to simply grow and have more revenue basically. So 69 billion, it's official. In other news, this is the guy that owned Google.com for a brief minute or two. And in an article in the Business Insider, they were talking about how basically he used a flaw in the Google domain site to actually acquire Google.com. And well, after a minute or two, Google noticed that something was wrong, and they immediately, took back Google.com and gave back his money. But they did give him a little reward in checking that out and finding the little bug that let him do it. So that guy decided that he'd give all of that money to charity. So that's kind of nice. So he's the one that owned Google.com for a minute or two a few weeks ago. And so he gave his money to charity. I think it's a good thing. I think the guy was just, looking at how he could find some flaws and just tell Google, hey, there's a flaw, like I was able to do this. I think that's nice, when people just use their knowledge to help and not destroy anything. PC market. Last week I did not talk about it, but there was release of PC market share that went down. Now don't look at these numbers. This is like 2013 or I don't know. Basically, PC market share for this time of year compared to last, it's down 7%. What I find interesting is that most of the websites that I read the news say, well, Windows 10 didn't stop the decrease of the market, and first thing that came to mind is, of course it did not, because Windows 10 is free and it upgrades your existing PC. People are not buying computers, they're just upgrading their computers to Windows 10. So of course it doesn't make PC sales. Most people right now have acquired Windows 10 through the upgrade process, so they didn't buy a computer. I don't understand why a lot of the business articles say, oh, look at that, Windows 10 didn't stop the decline of the PC. Well, of course not. It's an upgrade path, not a new computer for most people. Of course there will be some people buying new computers for Windows 10, but a lot of you, and most of you probably, have just upgraded your existing PC. That's it. It keeps your computers working a little longer actually. So a 7% contraction from year to year, which I think will continue basically because I think computers today, personally, are better in their power. So what happens is that you can buy a computer, and in the 90s, you bought a computer. 2 years later, it was just so slow you had to buy another one. Today, you'll buy a computer and you can go on for 5 or 6 or 7 years. I have a lot of clients that have 6 or 7 year computers that do perfectly well and do exactly what they want. So that also you got to take into account. People are just tired also of having to upgrade their computers all the time. It's like a little bit like throwing your money away. So I think the decline doesn't mean less people use computers. It just means that computers probably last longer now, And doing the things on the internet is not very demanding on a computer, basically. So, of course, that also helps in making the decline a little more steeper, basically. And finally, this week, well, we have an insider preview. That's the question that we ask. Apparently, we are close to a mobile preview, so I wouldn't be surprised this week that we have a mobile preview of Windows 10. But it does seem that there's a big bug in the PC one that's still very difficult to fix. So that's quite interesting, actually. So let's cross our fingers. It's been a little while now since we had an insider preview, and I'd like to have one basically this week. I would actually love to have one this week. Let's hope that a preview is available sometime this week for mobile and for PCs. So this was the tech news for Monday, October the 12th, 2015. If you enjoy my videos, why not subscribe to my channel? You'll be informed when new videos are online, and we typically post videos almost every day. And you know what? If you don't know about our live shows, every Tuesday from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a live show where we answer questions. So why not join us for a live show? The link to the live feed is posted about an hour and a half before the actual show on the channel. And that same video for the link to the live video also gives you the link to the recorded show, because if you miss out on the show, it's recorded on YouTube so you can watch it later. So we'll be having our second show tomorrow, Tuesday at 3 to 5 p.m. live on this channel. If you have comments, questions, suggestions, problems, why not share it with us? We'll try to help you if we can. And hopefully you enjoy our videos and will come back to our channel. Thank you for following us. It's always fun to have all of you out there watching.